Twin Lakes, Jim Keithley once again. Home quarantine video question of the day. The question is, Jim, help me hit a draw. There it is. Everyone wants it, right? Everyone wants to hit the big draw. Everyone thinks it goes further. Please stay tuned to this video. There's so much good, relevant information. It could change the way in which you look at golf forever. So come right back and we'll show you how to hit that 10-yard draw. So here it comes. This is the mother lode of all questions. Help me hit a draw. Everybody is in this pursuit of hitting this golf shot, this beautiful golf shot that goes right to left. We know that most golfers hit the slices, and most of our information that we've given you has been catered to and talking about why you hit slices. This one's going to be more catered to helping you hit a draw, and I know they seem like they're interchangeable, but there's information there. The first thing that you must know, and I think if you really understand what I'm getting ready to tell you, it will change the way in which you look at golf. It'll change the way in which you practice. When you hit good shots, you know why. When you hit bad shots, you know why. There has to be a purpose to every shot you hit. And so the first thing, we must identify the facts. What creates a draw? Okay, so in your golf career, if you've taken lessons, you've probably talked, the golf pro has talked about, well, you need a path that's way from the inside and travels out. And I would agree with that. That has to happen. They may talk about your grip. You know, let's crank that grip and give you a really strong left hand grip, and that's going to help you manipulate the face, and now we can really turn and shut the face over in order to create some spin. There's some truth to that also, but the fact is this: the only thing that creates a draw is if your face is closed to your path line. That's it. Okay? Then we break that into two parts. We have to determine and work on correcting your path, and then we have to determine, based on just basic ball flight laws, where the face is relative to the path. Okay? Now, let's look at some checkpoints. There's a couple checkpoints. A couple videos ago, I talked about what we like to look at in a video. So really, the first check, or one of the major checkpoints, is as your club is traveling. Hopefully you can see this. That's my golf ball. As your club path is traveling down, when you get to this point, shaft is parallel to the ground, you want the club head to be about equal with your hips, or certainly behind your hands somewhere, okay? You can see where the club is, club head, relative to my hands right now. If we get the club there, forget about it, okay? That's the slicers. So club head has to be equal to the hands, preferably behind, okay? That will create a path that's coming from the inside and traveling to the right. Now, if you can do that, will you hit a draw? Absolutely not. There's two parts to this. This is the part that's really hard for people. The face has to be closed relative to that path. So we really need to work hard. If you have an open club face at this position, okay, let's say that, man, I'm working on path. I'm doing a great job, Jim. My club head is behind me, okay? And I travel going out, and if my club face looks like that, wide open, you're going to hit slices all day long, even with a path that's inside out. So we have to make sure that this club face is down, okay? I love to break up the body. I'm just going to talk about right-handers, your left hand. Think about bowing that wrist and look at the influence that that has on the face. Now the face is more down. Now I can travel in. And now we've got that squaring of the club face. Club face is going to be left of my path. Produces a draw. Now, come right back with me and we're going to take a really good look. Exactly what we're talking about path versus face and how it influences ultimate ball flight. So now we're just going to talk about facts. A lot of my videos, I tell you that I'm into talking about kindergarten math and not talking about a lot of the physics involved, but we're going to dive really deep and get our hands dirty into this. If you can understand these concepts, these ball flight law concepts, you can now self-correct or self-diagnose and then self-correct. So what I have set up here is this gray line, and that is my intended line. And that's going to go forever until it gets to my target. It could be 300 yards away or it can be 50 yards away. It doesn't matter. Now, we talked earlier, we have to have a path. So that's my golf ball. We have to have a path that's coming from the inside and going out, which means it's exiting for right-handers to the right. Now, my face has to be left of that orange line. That is not left. That would be open. It has to be left, okay? Now, if we get this club moving from the inside, traveling down the line, and my club face is now left or close to my intended path, that's going to be a draw. There it is, okay? Every time. 100% of the times. Now, if I get it too closed, it's going to hook. If I get it parallel to the path, it's going to be a straight push. And this is where most of you are. High and right, that one's going to start right and then slice further to the right. So we have to have a club that's traveling down from the inside. Face is closing right there, okay? That's your draw with every single club, every single time, 100% of the time. So here we go. Here's the example. Here's the golf ball I just hit. What you'll notice on this clip is that my club will clearly be coming from the inside. There it is. And it will be exiting to the right. You can clearly see where the golf ball impacted the screen right of my intended target line. There's the shot. You can see how far to the right it started because of path. Now you notice that the ball starts to curve back to my intended line because my face was closed to my path. It's a fact. So now, what would be a good drill that you could work on during this quarantine time? In this case, I could have a lot of loft in my hand. This is a 9-iron. You could use a 9-iron or a pitching wedge. Just get inside your house. If you have the opportunity to hit into a net, please do so. But we're just going to do this little pump drill. My 2 checkpoints are what? We want to make sure as we're transitioning into the ball that the club head is on this side of our hands, behind us, never over here. And the second element is that club face. You see that club face starting to get into this situation where it's pointing down at the ball, not like this, okay? So when I put it in a drill form, I call it the pump drill. This is what I'm going to do. 3 little pumps. 1, 2, checking where that club is. 3, then we're going to go live. Then I'm going to hit the golf ball doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, you can see that, it certainly drew, started right down my target line, so my path wasn't enough to the right. But all I have to do is look at that golf ball and I know exactly what my path versus face was doing. So, in conclusion, we've taken all the guesswork out. Okay, you're no longer guessing on what hits a draw. We know the exact ball flight characteristics. We have to have a path that's heading to the right, inside out you might say, but it's not good enough. We have to have a face that's close to that path line, period. Hope this makes sense to you. Work on it. Listen, you don't have to hit a draw to play great golf. As a matter of fact, I prefer the fade, okay? But we can't hit these really slicing banana balls. Those aren't efficient. If this doesn't make sense, please give me a call. Let's talk this through. We could even do some type of Skype lesson and we can work on this. So, hope it was clear as mud. As always, we are one day closer to being on the other side of it. I'm feeling good about it. As always, be safe, be tough, and we'll see you next time.